Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Hearthstone video. So today we're going to be taking on Heroic Baron Rivendare, the Four Horsemen, and I have a confession to make. So here is the deck that I'm going to be using today. The confession is this. Many of you may have seen a video that I posted recently. It was a highlight of the Baron frostbolting himself in the face. You'll notice that it was with a priest deck. That is because with every other deck that I've done, every other heroic boss so far, as you know, as I continue to say, I do it first shot. I'm not practicing this on heroic or anything. When you see me doing heroic mode, it is my first attempts at doing heroic mode. I don't net deck. I build it all myself, and I see what I can do. It turns out that I tried that with the Baron, and I lost to him probably 6 or 7 times. And I recorded it all, but it was a lot of those were not even close. And so I have not uploaded those because, frankly, they are long and boring and frustrating, with the possible exception of that particular moment with the Frostbolt. And so I still haven't practiced with this deck. This is also fresh, but I thought I'd give it a new concept. This one I've tried on normal, and it worked quite well, consistently, so I'm hoping that this will do well. This is essentially a zoo-ish sort of thing, but in it is Void Callers and Void Terrors, with some Doom Guards. But the star of the show here, the real crux, I think, is actually Corruption, of all things. In normal mode, whenever I've gotten 2 Corruptions off, I win without any questions at all. Got a Shadow Bolts in here, and Eggs, and Soulfires, and all sorts of fun tools to get rid of them very quickly. So, I think this will work well on Heroic. Don't know, though. So we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully this goes smoother than my first attempt with the priest deck, because that was, well, the fact that I haven't uploaded it shows you something. In any case, let's give this a shot.
Gul'dan versus the Four Horsemen! We shall grind your bones to dust!
Okay.
Your soul shall be mine!
So, I want a faster start than this. The Golem's okay. And I think I will keep it. I don't want a hand of Doomguard, Soul Siphon. So, we're gonna do this. Well, that's okay. I imagine getting an early Corruption will be very key for beating him consistently on Heroic. That's nice. It's a nice combo I just picked up. Particularly good on turn 4. I think that's actually what I will do. Put down the egg, Harvest Golem now, and then Power Overwhelming Void Terror the following turn. He may well have Corruption, but that almost guarantees me getting 2 of them dead. This might be too slow, though. He's going to do another 6 to me. I'm down to 12. Down to 10, rather. If that's Redemption, well, Redemption or Avenge, for that matter, then I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, that's nice. But it still might not save me. If I kill one of these, then, and this is Avenge, then that means that somebody's going to get 3-2, and so it's going to be up to 5 attack, and so 5 and 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9, assuming he doesn't have a Soulfire. So, we'll give it a try. I'm not actually going to kill one, now that I think about it. Power Overwhelming is only going to do 6, it turns out. So actually, this is a lost cause immediately. Maybe it's a big enough threat that he'll corrupt it and not attack or something. But I think this is already a done deal. Huh. Okay, so we're basically immediately dead. So that's sort of neat. Oh, I should have corrupted, of course, the one... Oh well, it got corrupted anyway. That was a misplay, but it's irrelevant because I lose. So okay, let's try that again. At least this fight is merciful in that it is very fast when you do it badly.
Gul'dan versus the Four Horsemen! We shall grind your bones to dust! Your soul shall be mine!
We're basically gonna mulligan here for corruption. I like having Soulfire, and I like having the egg, but I actually really need corruption first, I think. Basically the way to beat this, I think, is actually through just very, very fast killing at least one of them. I'm glad that I have the ooze, because I can take out his weapon and stop the bleeding a little bit faster, but this is a bad start. Perfect. I do not care. I hope he Mortal Coils it, for that matter. Okay, so we can go for a couple of plays here, but I think the right answer is to get rid of the weapon and to stop the bleeding a little bit. Especially because this can kill a horseman. I can Shadow Bolt next turn. Unless he kills my ooze. Never mind. Never mind. We can Shield Bearer and, well, we can Void Walker and then Shield Bearer, and I think that's, or Void Terror rather, and that's not a bad plan. Just because it puts, a 3-4 on the table, but it's for 3, so it's not a bad deal. And a 4-4. Makes my board a little bit more threatening. And stops him from directly attacking me until he corrupts it or something. Consecration? I wouldn't have expected that. But I guess it's what he had. So he actually cleared the board there. Okay, so we don't have the tools to do anything, but we can kill one of them. I wish he was a little tiny bit lower. I'm gonna kill him, and I guess I have to tap. I'm dead in 2 turns either way. Yep, there we go. Okay, fine.
Gul'dan versus the Four Horsemen! We shall grind your bones.
Okay, so I like the ooze.
Your soul shall be mine.
That's about the only thing I like. Really need early corruptions. Really hoping for early corruptions. Soulfire is not terrible. There we go, turn 1 corruption. That is exactly the sort of thing that I want to see. That's excellent. No trap or anything. This is a good thing. We're going to keep hold of all of this, and I guess I'm going to tap, actually, because I do need something. He's going to coin out the blade here, yeah. So that's good. We can Acidic Swamp Ooze and Void Walker. The other thing that we can fairly happily do here is we can put out... I actually think I'm going to put out the Shield Bearer instead. Although, no, you know what, I won't, because it's actually irrelevant. It's the same number of attacks. What's good about this is that I can kill another one with the Shadow Bolt Soulfire. And, so we might actually be well on our way here. He's going to trade for it. Okay, so that's an easy Shadow Bolt. And then we put down the Shield Bearer, and we're actually looking really good. He hasn't put any traps out or anything. This is looking really good right now. Okay, so unfortunately we don't have much of a thing to do here. We can tap Drain Life and make it a neutral turn, and I think that's probably the thing to do. Maybe it's not. I think that's probably better now. And next turn we can go 1 Drain Life and then Soulfire. And Void Terror too. Yeah, I think we're gonna Drain Life. Going to hit. And that's probably gonna be Redemption. But we'll see. Do I want to put down the Void Terror first? Yes, I think we do. Oh, cool. So it's Repentance, so it's fine. So now we have an unimmune Baron, and we have the Defender. So hopefully he can't clean this up. Okay, so that's 1. And that's 2, of course. Hopefully he can't clean this up. He uses the minimum possible amount of mana to do so. Okay. So it's not bad. That's Consecration for 2 damage. This is something we will certainly do. He had 2 Soulfires there, and he could have killed me, but he didn't, and instead he gave me a 4/4. Well, that was a misplay, and I will take it. And this is the downside of having 2 corruptions in the deck, of course. That's really unfortunate, because the only thing that's useful for is... so these are both cards used to remove the Horsemen that are useful only in the early game. You know, I say that, though. He's corrupted that, so I can actually attack with it, and then Siphon Soul it for the purpose of gaining health back. So we're going to do this, and I think that will be the play, ridiculously enough. I mean, I could put down the Ooze and Siphon Soul. If he gets the sword right now, he just wins, and I won't have a turn to react. So maybe I should put the Ooze down anyway for a threat. Yeah, I think that is the thing to do, so we're going to Siphon Soul my own minion and put out the Ooze, and hopefully draw into, like, a Doom Guard or something. He just has the answer to everything. I mean, that's what you get when you have a non-minion based deck. Okay, I've got a tap here. Okay, that's sort of... well, that might turn it into a draw. Okay, that secret will be irrelevant. I think in all cases. The double Shadow Word Pain. So that's probably a Repentance. He's gonna draw himself into fatigue at this rate. I wonder how many swords he has. There's the Doom Guard. So, I don't actually care what that secret is, because at worst case he's a 5/1. And both of those things are basically useless. Yep, so it's Repentance. So that's fine, we'll hit him for 5. And I'm really sad I didn't tap first. If I lose, it is my fault. I lose, and it is my fault. Well, that is one of the worst feelings you can possibly have. Cool. Alright. So, let's try that again. That was very, very close, so it's possible. I just need the early corruption, but man, was that frustrating.
Gul'dan versus the 4 Horsemen! We shall grind your bones.
Okay, we have the early corruption, which is great.
Souls shall be mine.
Early egg power overwhelming is also not bad, but I'm actually interested in something else. Voidwalkers, shield bearers, anything really. Hell, the second corruption would be great. Okay. I'll take it. Can start on the other side this time.
Touché.
That's one of the reasons why I chose the Warlock, after some thinking, is the corruption really, there's no better elimination tool on turn 1. So, much as it's not a good card, and you would never use it in Constructed, it does have its use in this particular challenge. That was the perfect top deck. Wow. I don't really know what to do here. I suppose, I mean, if I put a minion on the table, that's not bad, but this is a bad minion to do. I suppose the right answer is to Drain Life or Shadow Bolt one of these two guys so that I can follow it up the following turn. I guess I'll save the Drain Life, and we'll do this. I don't know how much mana the Mark of the Horseman is. I hope he doesn't use it, though. I haven't seen him use it in Heroic, though, actually. That's pretty good. So we'll do this, and we'll put down the Shield Bearer. Not so bad. He doesn't seem to have anything in his hand that is an answer. Yeah, he's got an interesting hand. Okay, perfect, and the Siphon Soul to finish it up. Alright, so this is looking really good. 17 health, and the Horsemen are gone. And I think, I don't know, he might only have 2 swords. Last game, he only had the 2. So, here's hoping. This turn, we're going to do this. And next turn, hopefully, we'll have... Oh, he burned Mark of the Horseman. Interesting. So his hand was totally full. So he just had answers. And a lot of answers. I wonder if we can get him to just burn a bunch of cards into fatigue. Okay, so this is perfect. Hopefully he corrupts the egg or something. That's fine. That is also good. Shadow bolting the egg. Yes. Corrupting the Doomguard. That's okay. If I draw a Soulfire, I win. Isn't that always the thing with zoo decks? Okay, corruption. Yay. We're gonna tap. And we win. There we go. That makes up for the awful, awful, disgusting loss that was last time. Alright. Perfect. So finally the Baron dies. So I'm sure that by this time, and I apologize for the lateness on getting this up. I had a really quite busy week this week, unfortunately. The Construct Quarter will come much faster. But for those of you who are still having trouble with the Baron, here is the way I beat him, finally. It wasn't with a Priest. It was pretty much with this card. Corruption is great against the Horseman. And then not a zoo, per se, but a zoo-style thing. The Void Caller never came out, but I was sort of hoping for Void Callers into Doomguards. The Siphon Soul was good. I would only ever have one of these because they are a dead card later in the game. The Corruptions I had 2 of just because they needed to be there in the early game, and happily they were, or one of them was. Yeah, I think all of this is generally quite useful. I think this was a well put together thing. Yeah, the Corruption was the all-star for sure. Really, you know, I'm glad to see that in these challenges where you've got to think outside the box and you've got to be, you know, different about how you think about mechanics, you actually get to use some cards that you just never ever use for any other reason. I like that a lot. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys next time for the Construct Quarter.